Cute.
Little Ben.
Yep.
Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker. That was a long one. How's everybody doing this morning? I'm doing okay. Trying to get the
Doing
chat
okay.
up.
Morning with some mustard on it.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't heard that one for a while. Okay, I think I got that right.
Reading
Pop it
for
out.
YouTube.
What a
I'm on.
what a freaking morning.
Freaking frack snacking rack.
Why?
Well, I didn't go to bed until almost what was about 12:30. And then Ringo woke me up sounding like somebody was busting down the door or something. I don't know what his problem was, but he woke me up. It was like 2:45. And so I took him outside. Like literally he was so crazy. Like he had crazy eyes or something. It was crazy. It was nuts. I could have swore there was somebody at the door. And so I took him outside. They ran around. There was probably a cat or something. I brought him back in. The grass was all wet, so I didn't want to like get back in bed because then they would get back in bed and make a big mess. So I went and got on the laid in the recliner, and yeah, it was just one of those messed up mornings. Good morning, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy Greenville Treasures.
She said, "Good morning. I'm lurking as I do every day. Thankfully, I can work from home, so I work and listen to you guys. Have a great day. You do have a
too.
great day too. Thank you for listening to us. We appreciate that."
There's the notification. Yours always comes up right with when Tea with Gary V comes on.
So, where's my?
Yeah, that.
There we go.
I woke up at 5 the first time. I didn't go to bed until I stayed up all day. And I didn't go to bed until I think it was 8.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't stay up anymore. And so I went to bed at 8 and got up at 5. And then I went back to bed. I was like, oh, I ain't doing it.
Morning, Cindy. Morning, Texas
Cindy
Cat.
Y. Texas Y. Cindy Y.
Doing good.
Cindy Y, my box is still in transit.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Where is Cindy Y from?
She's in New York.
New York City?
Not New York City,
she's not the city, no.
They're still in full lockdown there. We got even restaurants are partially open here.
Our restaurants have been partially open, like for not for eating, but for going in and getting takeout and delivery.
Yeah, they've kept that going here too. Just that Subway wouldn't even let you in the lobby. It was all window service, which took forever. Golly. It's slow when they're doing a window only.
Finger Flakes. Finger Lakes. Finger
Let's put our numbers out there today. How many do you have going out?
5.
I have 2.
Well, I got one that hadn't paid yet, so I should have 6. But no, just 5.
I have 2 that haven't paid yet, so I should have 4. But that's on eBay, and I have one on Poshmark and one on Mercari that's going out today.
Nice.
I'm trying to keep up with that, but you do that and you kind of skip the other stuff sometimes.
How about yourself there, Miss Valerie? Did you get some good sales?
I
I
think
did.
she did.
I sold a Tommy Hilfiger tie for $35.
What? A tie
Yeah.
for 35?
A necktie. Yep.
Good God, a Tommy Hilfiger.
And they paid shipping.
I thought Tommy Hilfiger was kind of a mall brand. I didn't
Oh
think.
no, Tommy's good. Tommy for your mommy.
And they have a lot of they have some newer stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then they have their vintage stuff,
Yeah.
which
Well, maybe yours was a vintage tie that's kind of collectible or something.
I don't know. It had like the coat of arms look on it, the emblem type of thing. Yeah, I don't know. So I had a total of 8 go out today.
Woo wee! Good job, sister.
So,
Beat my stuff.
That's great.
actually, I have 9 orders. I have 1 that I still have to find still.
Actually, I had okay numbers yesterday, but 2 or 3 of the orders came in early enough. It went out with yesterday's shipping.
Yeah.
So I could count those in, but I didn't.
No, you can't. It's not allowed.
I can count them if I want to.
No, I don't. It's not. It doesn't count.
You don't have your own coat of
You already
arms,
gave
so
your numbers. You can't go back.
I can do. In my mind, I can be the king of Persia.
Oh my gosh! But
I can be anything I want in my own mind.
I reckon you can.
I could even be this guy.
Yep.
So,
Fishing and Pickin says he got forced into managed payments last night.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Forced? Well, they're not even doing anything until July.
He said, did anyone here get forced into managed payments last night today? I was forced in last night to manage payments. I averaged 2 sales overnight, but got nothing this morning. Doomsday.
Did they send you a message when you got forced into that?
Yeah, I'd like to hear what they say.
Or
Oh, is that me?
No, I think it's Todd.
what's that?
You're glitchy.
Am I?
You're glitching out.
Well, we got a little shower coming through.
Yeah, that's probably why. Okay, where would it be on your seller dashboard? I mean,
it's on my dashboard.
Like the payments part, right? But if I go there, it just says managed payments provide sellers one place to sell and get paid, and buyers more ways to pay. Learn more or express interest. And then it says we will email and notify you in my messages on eBay when you can register to have eBay manage your payments. By the end of 2020, eBay will manage payments for most sellers.
Yeah.
And then it goes on to tell you all the stuff about managed payments. But that's just a choice right now to make, to express interest, and then they can, I know I'm afraid to click anything too. So I just go on there and read, and then I'm like, I'm not touching nothing.
Yeah.
I'm going back.
I don't like change, so I'm not gonna switch
Oh.
until they make me.
I am sure that that's the way a lot of people feel, and
I'm just hoping that they get the glitches sorted out first.
and it has been in motion for what, about a year,
Yeah,
Yeah.
a long time.
maybe a year and a half
Well,
that
isn't
it's
it
actually
Liz?
been going.
Doesn't Liz have managed payments?
I don't think so.
Somebody has managed payments.
I know Maggie just opted in,
Oh, did
but
she?
but she doesn't. She's not going. It doesn't go into effect until, I guess, June or July.
My biggest worry with that was international buyers not being able to use GSP with
They
it.
have GSP in there now.
So that was my biggest fear. Since they fixed that,
Right.
I
You
think I'd
can-
be okay with it when it switches.
Yeah, it's totally up with GSP now,
Oh, that's good.
so you can use GSP with that.
That's good.
And if you go into that payments part in the Seller Hub, it'll tell you that. It'll go through and explain everything that's going on with managed payments.
That's good. I just didn't want to be one of the first.
No, there's you got Violet Lemon. She's managed payments, and she's been managed payments for probably 6 to 8 months, maybe.
Maggie's in the room. There
I
you
know.
are.
Gotcha.
There I am.
Hi, Maggie.
I'll change my name. Good morning.
Morning, Grandma.
It
Grandma Maggie.
Mhm.
was a long couple of days.
So you'll have to tell us, is he okay?
Yeah, I mean, he's in the neonatal, the NICU,
Yeah.
just on oxygen. They said they have him on. Sorry, I'm kind of puttering around in the kitchen here. They have him on oxygen,
Okay.
but that's it. Just to, like you said, just to.
So what that does is it kind of is like a CPAP. It's not. I mean, it is for the oxygen, but it's also for. It just helps with the breathing. It supports the breathing.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but in every other way, he's good. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So he weighed what, 4'7"?
4 pounds, 3 ounces.
4 pounds, 3 ounces.
Yeah.
Okay. And then length?
They didn't, you know what? He didn't tell me.
Oh.
I don't know. I'll have to ask him. I'll have to ask. Yeah, there was so much.
He looked little.
Yeah, so tiny, like big hand in the picture, you know.
Yeah.
He's a cutie though.
Yeah.
Definitely a cutie.
Remember, Gage was in a incubator under lights for 4 days because
really?
he was yellow when he was born. He was jaundiced.
Jaundice, yeah.
Oh.
I said, "Yeah, sorry you don't get to take him home yet, but he's too yellow. We're gonna keep him under these grow lights or whatever they got." He was a big baby. He was 9 pound 1 ounce.
Man.
Wow. That is a big baby. Morning,
He wasn't as
everybody.
big as David was. 9 pounds 7 ounces. God,
Woo.
both of our boys are big babies.
Yeah.
Wow, fishing and picking. You just jumped in with both feet, didn't you? Didn't
Morning,
even know it. He said about a month ago I had inquired about managed payment and had to set up a bank account. Didn't really get any new info at that time, but I guess I opted my dumb ass into managed payments.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, because that's what I did when I clicked that link, and it asked me for my bank account information. So, but it said it won't take place till the end, I think July, the end of July, they said. So,
Well, go in with the positive mind. I think I truthfully think that a lot of the issues that sellers had with, switching over have been resolved.
yeah,
Like the GSP thing. I mean, that was a big one because a lot of people were
Mhm.
like, that's all they use. They don't use anything else.
Yeah.
And they were afraid of losing those international sales. Well, they've
right.
put in the GSP. They got that in there. So,
My
And-
other sticking
and I'm
point was,
sure most people are going to be like, I am not going to go until
Until
they
they
rank
make
Yeah.
me.
up and
Take Freeman.
Yeah. that's the word on the street, from a lot of people. But I think, eventually we're all gonna. One day it's just gonna be like, here you go. You didn't want to, do it on your own. So here you go.
Yeah.
Only want to be paid out monthly like I do in PayPal. Can they do that? I'm afraid I will spend the money. Well, they don't even do that in PayPal.
But in
Oh.
PayPal, you can leave it there till you draw it out. But with this one, you have to, I
Yeah.
think you set up weekly payments, but it's either daily. I think the default is daily, and
Yeah.
you can do the weekly, but you can't leave the money in there any more than that.
Yeah. And they were
See,
talking about they don't have a debit card, as far as I know,
right.
but I am sure. Well, they wouldn't because it's not going to go into an account. It's going to go into a bank account.
Right. So you're gonna have a
So
debit card for that.
You're not
though.
going to need one. I mean, unless you still have PayPal and somehow or another I don't know.
I'm gonna get a separate bank account for mine. That's my
Yeah.
plan. Just do a whole different bank account, and so that it can all go in there, and that will be, I mean, without the freaking fees and stuff, hanging on to our money, that's
Yeah.
that's kind of it's gonna be way different. It's gonna be really different. And so you're gonna be like, this is what I actually made. This is,
Yeah,
for me, it'll be different.
it's gonna be more like Poshmark, basically.
Yeah. Yep. Which is, I mean, I think it's kind of cool. I've been trying to talk myself into it, slowly. Like, this is how it's gonna be. So
Yeah.
you need to get ready for it. Yeah. Beth says that she saves all of her money in PayPal, and every month until she has enough to make the bills the next month, and then she dumps it into her account.
So, I mean, really, like Sally was saying, set up a separate bank account and have that money just roll into that and treat it like your PayPal account. And then you can, if you have it with the same bank, then you can just move it from one bank account to another.
Yeah, I think, but you can do that daily, right? Like, I think that's what, somebody, maybe it was Alana that we were talking to about it.
Hmm.
Um, and she said that they can deposit it daily,
Hmm.
which, I mean, it's not the instant that you make it, but she
You
says
know,
they already have 4 bank accounts.
yeah. Well, another one's probably not going to make that much difference.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you know, one way or another, we're going to have to get used to it.
Yeah.
You know, it's coming. And so, you know, I am almost to that point where, you know, I'm almost there. But I don't know.
What are you talking about, Hank? She says she loves Zoom.
You love
Loves
Zoom?
Zoom. What the hell?
Morning, Bumcrack
Yeah.
Vicar and Jennifer.
I think I will probably do it to where it actually comes out, like all of my Poshmark and my Macari will actually go in there too. You know, it'll all go into the eBay account.
I mean, I think that would be a good way to do it. That way, all of your reselling, you know, money is going in there, and I think that's the way Bridget does it. And she just, you
Yeah.
know, she uses that money to pay for, you know, fees and you know, monthly fees and stuff with her platforms,
Yeah.
and anything that goes along with reselling also. So I don't know. I think it's, you know, I think it's everybody's prerogative, but you know, we're all going to be there, and we're all going to be in the same boat. Morning, Julie.
Oh, on Maggie's wall it says love, and then on her screen it says Zoom right next to it.
Love Zoom.
Well, Hank, we don't know that. I'm like over here, what the hell is she talking about? Hi, Julie. How you doing, Shirley?
Oh.
Yeah, don't forget to tell Tom he has a nice top on.
Sally, did you get your invoice from John?
Yes,
Okay.
it's paid.
I looked at, he had a video about starting bulk sales, and he did one of those, or those private sales sites you can do. He and Lonnie are doing them.
Shopify?
No, it's
Oh.
like a crap. Anyway, if you watch John's latest video, you'll see it. And some pretty good looking lots in there. I hope ours are good.
Is that the video that he so he's gonna release one about the storage unit, right?
Yeah, he just did.
Oh,
the
he did.
First
Okay.
one. He's gonna.
Okay.
I think he's gonna do several on it, but
Okay.
he actually bought like 4 storage units from the
Wow.
same person,
Wow.
and he just took over the rent. So it wasn't a storage auction that he went to. He bought it straight from the person that had it.
Oh, wow.
Used to be a reseller. So everything in these units are like product. So there's there's no big old worn out refrigerators and rusted up
Right.
washer and dryers to have to haul off, or mattresses or anything like that, which
Everything's
is,
pretty much stuff that he can resell.
That's a reseller's dream right there.
Yeah.
well, yeah. You have to
Tom,
wonder if the guy picked over it before selling it.
Wow. That's always
John's talking, or he's talking about John the Cincinnati Picker.
Yeah.
okay, Julie.
He said he had 100 pounds of jewelry to sell. And he's selling them in 5-pound lots. So that would be, what's 100 times 5?
500.
No,
Is it?
no, 100 divided by 5.
Oh, I was like,
Sorry. 20. So he had a total of 20
yeah.
lots of jewelry to sell. But I'm in it for the treasure hunt. I don't care about the costume
Yeah.
jewelry much. I want to dig through and find silver and gold.
Yeah.
did you ask him if he wanted you to say anything?
No.
Okay. Okay, it's not my fault. I'm
I'll tell
saying
you what, he didn't
um
he didn't hesitate when
I
he got
asked
sales
him,
from you and
right.
you
Right.
asked him what?
I asked him if he wanted me to keep it on the down low or if he wanted advertisement.
What did he say?
And he laughed and he said, well, just wait till you get them. So, but I'm sure
Oh,
it's
shoot,
no,
here I
yeah.
am. We're on live
Yeah.
YouTube,
Sorry,
Yeah, we're
John.
Yeah, we're live
Blowing-
27 minutes in.
blowing my mouth
But-
out my rear here.
But I'm sure it'll make some sales for him. Like, there looks like there's
So-
a blurry spot on my camera or something.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
look a
right
little
over your
blurry.
face. Sorry. I'm joking.
Yeah, it's right on top of your left
Thanks.
shoulder. It's like a
Looks like a-
ghosty
Valerie.
entity.
I'm just kidding. That was awful.
My glasses
I'm
are
sorry.
dirty too.
But yeah, I
It's
can see
okay.
it. I can actually see it.
Okay, I'll clean it in just a
It's
second.
like a thumbprint or something.
Yeah.
It's like right there.
It's right here.
Yeah, it's like on your shoulder. Oh. So Julie says my Mother's Day present's coming,
That's fun.
but I can't open it until Mother's Day, and I can't even peek.
Well, that's no fun.
It's all right.
Yeah, it kind of does look like an orb.
Mhm. It's like a foggy
Man.
something. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, my Mother's Day present is coming too, but it is in transit and I don't know where it's at. It's like a real surprise. Like, you'd be surprised if it gets here ever.
Oh my gosh.
But I know what it is because I
Yeah.
gave the kids the link.
Here's what I want.
Yep.
That's the way to do it.
Well, that way they know that they're getting me something that I need and that I want. This chair is about to kill me. I have bruises on the sides of my thighs from this stupid chair.
Dang.
Yeah. It
Shirley
squeezes
says-
me.
Attack of the
Julie.
killer chair.
Julie, I didn't get any message, any weight message. So I opened mine. It was an air fryer.
Oh, that's cool.
Excited. Oh yeah. You can open it tomorrow morning on the show. Okay.
That's cool.
I can do that.
Sorry, that was my son calling me.
It's okay. Everything good?
Everything's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Good. Yeah, they,
What was that?
I don't know what you're all talking about now. I got to go back and look at my chat.
Oh, we're just talking.
We're back on little Ben the baby right this moment.
Air fryer. Yeah, I need to get me another one of those air fryers.
Oh, you never got a new one after yours broke?
I didn't. I really do miss it.
Vicky's asking you something.
Who, what?
Vicky is asking you, hey, Chick Picker, was that you in the tail end of a jewelry nurses auction Sunday?
I was in there, but I think I might have been in the, where was I? Where, I can't remember if I was at the beginning.
Where was I?
I can't remember which part I was in, but yes,
You got it.
I was in there.
Does it look like I got it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm gonna go grab some coffee.
Okay. Julie says Emmy can't wait to meet her husband.
That's so cute and weird.
It is weird. We'll have to get a picture of Emmy and a picture of Ben and put them together, do a collage of them together.
That'd be awesome.
You've always been together since birth.
That's right.
You were promised to each other by your families. Now go get married.
Yep.
Make beautiful great grandchildren.
No need to enter that dark.
Maggie, don't tell your kids because that will probably freak them. They'd be like, what?
Yeah.
You met somebody online and you promised our child to them? What?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
You did what?
Mom's not allowed to see the kids anymore.
Well, once they saw Emmy, they would know.
Right.
She's just so gorgeous. So.
Yep.
But I'm not gonna tell them.
She is. Yeah, Vicky, I was in there at one point or another. I think it was NASCAR man that was selling some earrings or something, and I bought some of those. But I try to control myself. So I go in, and then I get sidetracked, and then I kind of move on to other channels. And truthfully, I try to stay away from the auctions because they're just so dang tempting for me.
Yeah. Oh, I can't stay away from them. I went and picked up auction winnings yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, our local online auction. I got a box full of hunting stuff. Like I got, it's a nice oilcloth.
No,
It's like a
never heard of
water
it.
repellent stuff they
Yeah.
put on.
Oh,
And this is McAllister. Not a real expensive brand, but way better than junk.
yeah.
And just kind of a crusher hunting fishing hat.
Yeah, that's a nice hat.
The lot was $15 and I saw these selling on eBay for about $25. So
Nice.
the hat should pay for all of it. And there's a couple of hunting suits and a raincoat and
Oh, cool.
yeah, name brands like Cabela's and stuff.
Awesome.
And then I bought some silver. Ooh, you want to see?
Oh, silver.
Let's see the silver.
I got a couple of these. This is a Australia Perth Mint product. It's a 1 ounce silver coin. And they did what they call a wildlife series. They had one with a platypus and one with a kangaroo and one with this and that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the saltwater crocodile.
Wow.
So- Crocodile.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That is very cool. I was trying to figure out what it was.
Yeah. And there's Queenie,
Yeah, once-
Queen Elizabeth. She's still the Queen of
Oh.
Australia. So I got 2 of those. This is a Canadian mint product. They also did a a bird series. This particular coin has the bald eagle on it. He's swooping down and grabbing up a fish.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
And again with Queenie,
Oh,
Queen Elizabeth,
God
The
save the
lit-
Queen.
the lizard. And this one's an Australian Perth Mint product. This is their lunar calendar series or lunar year series.
Mm-hmm.
This is 2010 Year of the Tiger.
Oh, nice.
So the Perth Mint, whatever you're saying, is that their regular mint or is that different? Is that like
It's-
Goldberry or whatever it's called?
It's an independent mint,
Okay.
but they have government approval to make official coins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So there's Queenie.
Mm-hmm.
The reason Queenie's on the back of all the government issue coins is because she's on every government issue coin.
Because she's queen.
Because she's queen.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna hate it when they start making them with Charles on there instead of her.
Oh, for sure.
But it's gonna happen.
Charles.
Or who's next? Who's in line to be next?
Charles.
Charles. Yeah,
Charles.
Prince Charles.
Unless
Queen
he-
Elizabeth's son, Prince Charles.
I thought. Why did I think he was dead?
He's not
No.
dead.
He's not dead. He's married to Camilla.
Oh, okay. Okay. Right? Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And lastly,
So the
this
guy
coin,
that was married
Oh.
to Diana?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's married to Camilla now.
Okay. But
Okay.
so he's the next one. He's in line for the throne.
right. So he'll be the next one on all the backs of the
Gotcha.
government issue coins.
Is that Boots, Maggie?
No, this is my son's cat, Shane.
Oh,
I'm at my-
Pretty.
They have 5 cats.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So this coin is a commemorative of the 76 Montreal Olympics.
Oh.
You get the circles there and you get,
I think Justice is still in business.
I don't know.
and
I read a story yesterday that said that
The
Jake
Queen.
was going out.
J. Crew and Gold's Gym both
there's
went
Oh.
bankrupt.
Queenie with a younger effigy.
Is that
See, they changed, she's had like 5 different,
so it gets older as she gets older?
yeah, they got like 5 different effigies that they have put on coins down through the years.
She's pretty
she's-
old, right?
Yeah, she's
She's-
93.
Jeez.
Something, yeah.
Hmm.
I don't think she's human. I think she's never going to die.
Well, she's
There was
always had
talk
the
that
best medical care that anybody in the world can have, you know, and
Yeah.
kept herself in reasonably good shape for a
So those are coins you bought for your own collection, Todd?
I may sell the tigers on because they're worth more than I paid. But the others, yeah, I'm just gonna add to my savings stuff.
Question I'm picking wants to know if you got any Joe Exotic silver dollars.
Oh God.
Any what?
Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic silver dollars.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I don't know if I want one. I kind of wanted one of those,
Yes.
He wanted the underwear.
yeah,
He wanted to get in on that underwear line.
I kind of wanted one of those old man coins from Pawn Stars.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
They bought a bunch of silver one time. They had a bunch of them made into silver 1 ounce coins with a picture of the old man on.
oh, that's funny.
I just watched an episode last night of Pawn Stars, and Rick was trying out a rifle at a firing range, and they used one of the old man coins as the target, and Rick hit it the first shot.
He likes to go, he likes to try out the guns.
Oh yeah, he bought some cannons yesterday, and they fired one of them off, and it's so funny when one of those real live cannons goes off, the reaction that all the guys standing around have.
We have a bunch of episodes stacked up on the DVR. The last episode I watched of Pawn Stars had that guy in it, Jason T. Smith.
Smith?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
selling his tiki mugs or showing off his tiki mug collection.
They
So-
had Def Leppard on last night.
Did they? It's probably on my
Yeah.
DVR. I'll have to watch it.
That's
They
a
had
good.
a
That's a good episode.
they had a guitar that he had actually done the painting of it,
Oh,
kind of a splatter paint electric guitar.
Oh, wow.
And he said, "Yep, this is one of the ones I made back in the day." And then he sat down and went through a riff, and everybody's just, and the whole pawn shop turns around and goes, "Wow."
Yeah, automatically all women's clothes fell off, huh?
I don't know, that guy's older than me. We're all getting kind of old looking.
I don't know anybody that
Bunker-
lives in Alabama.
You do too.
What are we talking about? Alabama?
I don't know. I don't know where that came from.
I don't know.
Right, well, because I had a phone call.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, he's got my curiosity up. I got to see what a Joe Exotic silver goes for
I'm
on
sure
eBay.
they have them.
So I gotta tell you something. So I was telling the guy across the street, he was over talking to me, and we were talking about something, and I was saying that I wanted to find one of those blow up spas, like a bath spa or whatever. So yesterday Brandon came home and he had went over to the neighbor's house and he had come home and said, "I have something for you." And I go out there and he's got a big bath spa, like a regular spa, but it's a bathtub. And I mean, it's I guess it's only been used a couple of times, but
Okay.
the guy across the street decided that he was gonna put a walk-in shower where his bath, his bathtub was or whatever, and it's a big bath spa with like jets and stuff.
Okay.
And so that's what Brandon wants to put in the garage and like build like a little deck around it. It's only probably,
But wouldn't
mean,
you
if it-
have to have if it's a like a bathroom, like a bathtub?
mhm.
I mean, wouldn't you have to have special plumbing for that and everything?
I was gonna say, he said something about just plugging the bottom hole and
I'm sure there's a way that it could be done.
yeah,
You know, you might have to do some, you know, picture.
and we have electricity out there.
Yeah.
So I mean, he said you would just have to plug that bottom hole and then hook up the electricity and it would run like a regular spa.
Yeah.
And what we'd probably do is put chlorine in it to where we can keep the water in it. That's,
Yeah.
Just keep water in it
Mhm.
like a regular spa. Hank's all confused. I cannot get the logistics of this whole situation. Yeah, I'm like, but he said like he bought it new and put it in his bathroom, and his wife only used it like 2 or 3 times because she has problems with her legs.
Uh-huh.
And so it was really hard for her to step into it.
Right.
And but it's only it's probably 2.5 feet deep, something like that.
Hey, you're hilarious.
Maybe a
I thought you
little
were
bit.
gonna say you come home with a blow up kiddie pool and y'all are gonna sit next with a heater next to it.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And he got it for free. He said he was just going to throw it away. So
Yeah. Right.
and it's pretty inside. It's got like a green marbled inside. It's really pretty.
Huh. Yeah, that's good.
Fishing and Picking says, Bumcrack, how does one become queen? Prince Charles' wife wouldn't be named queen. Is it like where the first child that is a girl born would be in line to be a queen? I think so.
Right. I think the next one in line would be well, it would be William, and then it goes through his kids. So William.
Yeah, William.
And then Charlotte would be Queen Charlotte. If she were to ever come into, she would be queen.
So it goes down the lineage.
Right. Like if William became king, Kate would not necessarily become queen.
Right.
That doesn't really make sense to me.
No, Queen Elizabeth's husband, Philip, is Prince Philip.
Right.
And I think she could have given him the title king. I think it can be conferred on you, but I don't know what reason it never was.
No, we're going to put it in the garage, Hank.
Lineage. Yes. I couldn't get it. I couldn't wrap my tongue around that. I couldn't spit it out. Oh my gosh.
Because, okay, so yeah, because you would think that Charles would become king, right? He's the one next in line, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then his boys can become kings, right?
Well,
right.
I don't know. Was is it Harry that that
No,
went off on his own?
yeah,
Not
it's Harry.
part of the royal family. Is that correct?
It's Harry's the one that, yeah, left and went over to.
So, I mean,
He
would he
wasn't-
still be in line for anything if that was the case?
Yeah, he didn't, I mean, he's still in the lineage, but he's far down now. Every child that William has pushes Harry out.
Right.
So once William had children, the line continues with him.
Right. Gotcha.
Mr. Sadie says it's kind of like if my uncle married my sister situation.
Or my first cousin marrying my first cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Queen is hogging up all of Prince Charles' time as the future king. I mean, that's the thing that sucks is like, I mean, if you are in that line, I mean, you never know if you're going to run out of time, basically, and if you're ever going to get there, basically. Which I would think that would be like a kind of a pain in the ass, really. I mean, you're already in royalty. You're already in that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, would you really want, is being king all that,
Yeah.
And is it even worth it? That's a lot of responsibility,
Yeah.
Yeah, so this thing I'm reading says that because the king, let me see, if the queen, her husband is not named king, he's named the prince or the prince consort but if William, they've already said that if Charles becomes king, Camilla will be given the title of princess consort. They will not give her the title of queen.
Right.
But it probably more because of the political kind of thing there. But if William becomes king, Kate will become queen. But the reverse is not true, that when the queen is reigning, the husband becomes king. This says because kings always reign, whereas queen can be a symbolic title. So if they were to give him the title, Philip the title of king, it would assume that he's reigning because the title king is higher than the title queen. So that's why they would not give him a higher title than her. Does that make sense?
No. I mean, it
I'm
kind of does.
confused.
It kind of does, but I mean, it just sounds like it's so. Yeah,
Convoluted.
exactly, Mr. Sadie. Who's on first?
Like made up as they go along, kind of. Morning,
Oh,
Craig.
President Pickett says, huh?
And freaking Hank's over there seeing Lion King songs.
Yeah, that's true, Beth. I wouldn't think that Harry would ever want to be king anyway.
No.
He's just not in that that mindset, I mean, especially growing up, and seeing the responsibilities, seeing, I mean, I'm sure very early on he decided, he didn't want no part of that. So, and I think it was pretty respectful, that he was like, no, we're pulling away, we're going to do our own thing and just be human beings,
Yeah.
just be, I don't know. Princess Consuela Banana Hammock. What? What?
What was that?
I don't know. Julie said Princess Consuela Banana Hammock.
I don't know what that means.
What
Me
the
neither.
heck are y'all talking about?
talking about the Queen and the King of England.
England.
Sorry, did I get that started with my coins?
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Dude, thanks
It's
a
all your
lot,
fault.
Todd.
It's all your fault.
Thank you for that.
Royal watch.
I'll be right back.
Oh, she said it's from Friends. Oh, that's right. Oh, God, I'm trying to remember. Now that you say that, I can remember something about that, but I can't remember what episode it's from. I'm gonna have to go look that up. I know I've seen every episode, but you know, more than a few times. Yeah, it's all his fault. And then he just walked away.
Yeah.
So yesterday I sold the third shirt from the lot that Valerie sold me. The box that
Awesome.
Valerie, yeah, I sold. So I sold 2 shirts before the day before, or actually, yeah, kind of like the day before and yesterday morning. It was in there, and then I sold one more yesterday on Mercari. Oh, I like King of Queens too, as long as it ran. Yeah. That's right. Phoebe changes her name to it. Yeah. Yeah, I was happy about that. And, you know, I mean, that's why I kind of like put it up a couple of dollars more. I think I had it at one point, I had this shirt to $26 on Mercari. And then I brought it down. I think I had it on that to where it naturally like decreases the price depending on the watchers or whatever, or people that
Oh,
like
yeah.
it. And so I had it on that, but then it like hit the floor really fast. And because it's a Victoria's Secret and it's a t-shirt and it has the love, and it has like the love logo, and it's like surrounded by like sequins, and it's, you know, written out in sequins and stuff. And then it has a large love logo on the back. And so I had it for like 26, and then it hit the floor, I think at 20 or 22. And then they offered me 18, so I took it. So, and that was 18 free shipping. But I have that shirt to where that I can ship it myself, so I can. It's gonna be cheap to ship
Yeah.
it with pirate ship. So, and I didn't message. I forgot to message Mercari about that label yesterday. I'm gonna still have to do that. I did message eBay for Business this morning about that lady who wants to return the quilt. So I'm not sure what's going on with that yet. They haven't messaged me back yet. I'm just wondering if maybe they're just going to give her, because I don't have this happen too often, you know, like where they, yes, I think so, Beth. I think that's what it is. But I don't, you know, how do you get those emails once a month that says like what eBay helped you out on, like if they had to like maybe give the buyer back its shipping, or, you know,
Yeah, concessions they've made on your
Yeah.
behalf. Yeah,
yeah, like, it's been like 6 months or more where they've had to help me out on something like that. I mean, like, I remember, I don't know, it's probably been 2 years or more ago where they said that they refunded the buyer, and then I'm allowed to keep my money and I'm allowed to keep the product. Because of, you know, we couldn't make it work or whatever. And so they said that they gave them their money back, and then they were, you know, letting me keep my money and keep the product or whatever, however it was. So that would go on that, but they only allow that a few times a year or something like that. Well, I haven't had to do that in a long time. Like I said, probably 2 years ago or something. So maybe they'll want to make it work like that, but I am not about to say this is okay, and, you know, I'm going to pay shipping for you to ship me back the quilt that you cut squares out of. Yeah, I'm not about to say that that's okay. So,
no.
yeah, go ahead.
I'll just be interested to hear what they say about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I mean, usually they get back to you within, you know, like a day or whatever. But I was talking, Valerie, about before about that I sold the Victoria's Secret shirt yesterday that you sent me. That's the third shirt.
Nice.
Yeah, I was happy about that. I sold it on Mercari.
That is really good. I'm glad that you're selling stuff from that.
Yeah, a couple more items and I'll have my money back.
Woohoo!
So if y'all need to get some clothing that you don't normally have the you know, like really good brands or anything like that, you know, Valerie has boxes that she sells for resellers.
Yeah, I want a
Or-
box.
I don't want to say I have boxes, because
I know that you don't have made up.
no, if you want a certain brand or a certain size or a certain you know, different brands and things like that, yeah, definitely get a hold of me and I can put something together for you.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do. I'll let you know.
Okay.
OJ, yes. Well, pretty much. I mean, I know that me, Valerie, and Todd yesterday, when we were talking about our sales, we all had pretty good sales yesterday, like through the weekend.
Yeah, I made my quota. My quota is 20 on the weekend and 10 during the week. And I made that.
I hope you're doing good, OJ. Get your baseball card yet?
Yeah, Jason, my sales have been super strong, but it's all because of the video games.
That's not all you're selling. You're selling other stuff, aren't you?
Oh yeah, but
it's because he's listing more. Don't let him fool you.
Well, yeah, that probably has something to do with it.
no. So, gotta brag a little bit. My 31 days sales hit $10,000.
Wow.
That's a lot.
10,000?
That is amazing.
That's 9,000 more than you paid for that unit.
Well, it's not all video games, the 10,000.
Well, I know, but still.
Yeah. Doing good.
That's awesome, Todd.
Oh, I didn't know that you got a retail space, Jason.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
putting his kids to work.
Well, I know, but I didn't even realize
getting-
that he did that.
He's going big time now.
Man.
Morning, Tom.
I don't know how to fix that.
How you doing, Tom?
I wonder, Jason, is Jason allowed to work in his retail space right now?
I don't
Or he
know.
is?
I don't know. I don't know if he's just getting it set up or.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's great. I mean,
Yeah.
that's definitely a way to ramp up, to what's the word, scale.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Scale your
Definitely.
Yeah, I've
was-
only had 1 month bigger than this 31-day period, and that was December 18 when I sold those watches.
Right.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm
Congratulations.
happy for you.
You're full time now, Todd, whether you
That's
want to be or
right.
not.
Nah, it's already spent and I'm broke. Just took on an August wedding and haven't paid my taxes yet. And yeah, no, it's all spent.
Yep. How it usually goes.
Looking for my next big score. Except I'm not through.
Yeah, you got a ways to go on the one
God.
you got right now.
Yeah.
That'll keep you going for a while. But it's kind of like anything else. You get that score, and then you're on your way looking for the next one.
I'm already tired of listing video games. Does that make sense? They're making great money, but I just like, I gotta list some more video games.
Yeah,
Yay.
kind of lose the excitement.
Old news.
I understand. Today is jewelry day. Today is going to be listing jewelry.
I hope that's my next big score. Never know. But I do like the hunt.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's so fun.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I really miss being out the door at 6:30 on Saturday mornings in the spring. Dang.
Me too.
Headed to garage sales.
I really miss the yard sales.
You know what's funny is that we have a casino up in the UP that is opening this weekend. They said we're not state mandated, so we don't have to abide by the governor's rules.
Wow.
And yeah, and we were doing it. We were staying closed at first, just for the whole respect of keeping everybody safe. But it's getting a little bit crazy now, to where it's been too long. So they're opening otherwise.
I mean, I know of 3 different businesses that were closed down that aren't opening again. So that's, there's got to be much more across the country.
Oh, yes. Including, some of, like, how Valerie was saying, the J. Crew and the,
Right.
what else did you
Right.
say, Valerie?
Huh?
What other business did you say was closing?
Gold's Gym.
Gold's Gym. That's crazy because they've been going at it since like the 70s, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
Probably before then. Because I have a book. I actually have a book that is has Schwarzenegger on the front of it, and it's a Gold's Gym book.
Yeah. Hertz Rent-A-Car is considering bankruptcy.
Wow.
And United Airlines is encouraging people to find other work.
Wow. Beth says 4 Catholic schools here have closed permanently. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Starbucks is going to reopen 85% of their stores.
Oh, Bridget will be happy about that.
Probably not in New York.
Oh, not in New York.
Probably not.
No.
I got a sale.
Hey.
Cha-ching. I didn't hear the cha-ching. Do you have your cha-chinger turned off?
I don't have it turned off. It cha-chinged. It did.
J. Crew filed bankruptcy.
Tom says we've had 3 national fast food places to close permanently here. OJ says, Sally, we have good friends here in Myrtle Beach that sold his surgical vein practice to a Michigan-based company. 2 weeks ago, he had to close due to Michigan governor's orders. He is mad. Huh. It's so ridiculous. The virus is almost non-existent here. Crazy.
I had to run and get some shoes.
It's going to be once this kind of lets up, it's going to be a rough road for a lot of businesses, trying to get back. I mean, a business struggles anyway. It's almost like, unless you've got sponsors and stuff like that, it's really hard to keep a business going, especially during this time. And then you have to, kind of, make it all up, get back, to where you were, which most of the time is kind of hanging by a thread. So
yeah. Hobby Lobby, excuse me, Hobby Lobby reopened here.
Oh, that's good.
Gwen went to get some yarn to make. We got nieces dominoing babies every which way. Anyway, she makes some little baby caps by crocheting, and
Uh-huh.
she went in to get some yarn yesterday, and she said, "Oh my God, the people in there, the line was 50 people long, and they had
Yeah,
12 cash registers open, and it was like
it's like
people just,
going to a Home Depot or something. It's crazy.
yeah, it's like a grand opening, basically, because they've been shut down for 2 months, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then they screwed up her sales. She bought a bunch of yarn and it was all supposed to be 30% off.
Oh,
So the cashier rung out 3 of them as 30% off and the rest of them regular price. And she didn't see the receipt till she got out on the parking lot. So she had to go back in and wait in line again to get the 30% off on the others.
Oh man. You gotta watch those
So
places.
she came in yesterday after shopping and she was like, "Oh my God.
Frickin' frackin'.
For a snack a rack cracking."
Yep. Exactly. Mr. Sadie says I have some vintage yarn to sell. That stuff sells.
Yeah, people doing projects.
I had no idea that yarn sold. You see it
Oh
all the
gosh.
time at yard sales.
Oh yeah.
mhm.
That's what I'm kind of hoping for is that yard sales are going to kind of, I don't know, our numbers here are so weird right now. Like I want to say we're peaking, but I can't tell if we're peaking or if we're just continuing to go up,
Mhm.
because I mean our numbers were so low before, and now they're just like exploding, you know.
Right.
So it's almost like it just got here.
Yeah.
We finally got, not to say finally, but we finally got people in our county that have been tested and positive for the virus. So, and it probably has a lot to do with the testing being available too, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a lot of it right there. But
Just has
I'm
not been available.
I'm sticking by my original thought of I'm going to continue my, not really quarantine, because I still go out once a week, but I'm going to continue that until June at least. Yeah, Virginia and North Carolina numbers keep going up. Yeah.
I keep hearing reports on various news that the reporting of deaths is skewed. They've been,
Mhm.
every person that dies in an old folks home nowadays, they just stamp COVID-19 related.
Well, they say that because they're getting like
They're
most
getting,
of them, they're getting more money or something for them,
yeah.
or they're like automatically being processed as COVID-19 because they get paid for it automatically without having to go through insurance.
It's
Mr.
like,
Sadie, we have 358 deaths in Missouri, over 6 million population.
it's like one guy was griping. They declared my grandmother dead from COVID. Well, she was 97 And she was supposed to be listed as just death from frailty from old age.
Uh-huh.
But no, they put COVID-19 related on it. I was like,
That's what I'm hearing. They're just people in these these nursing homes and things that are on even patients that are on hospice care, which means they're expected to die within the 6-month period. Isn't that what they put you on hospice care?
Yeah.
And they're listed as COVID deaths.
Yeah, you
Like,
can't do that.
You have
That messes up the numbers.
yeah.
right.
Totally messes up the numbers.
And I'm sure even if they had COVID, that wasn't the main cause of their death.
Oh.
Right.
Right. And even accidents and stuff like that are being labeled as COVID.
Yeah.
They're being tested. I know, like when my daughter-in-law went in, they tested both her and her husband, even though neither of them were symptomatic.
Mhm.
So they test them when they go in anyway, which I guess they do that in order to know if they need to take precautions when they're caring for them. But suppose you came in with something else and they tested you and you tested positive, then if you die, they just count that as a COVID death.
Right.
That's what I'm hearing.
Some of them aren't even being tested.
And some even aren't being tested. If they die with a respiratory illness, they're just counting them. Presumptive, they say,
Mhm.
presumptive.
Mhm.
There has to be
And then-
some skewing of numbers going on just so that the people who shut everything down just so hard need to come up with excuses why,
Right.
when the prediction was that over 1 million people in America would die by this time, and they haven't. We've only had in the US, maybe 100,000 die. And that number is skewed high.
Yeah.
I mean, worldwide, there's only been 250,000 reported deaths.
Right. And then there are people who can't get into a hospital, people who have, because lots of hospitals have closed down anything not related to COVID. So I don't know. I've read stories of people who had cancer or who didn't get who need testing and can't get testing. And then suppose they have to wait another 2 months for testing, and then what if that affects the outcome that could have been saved 2 months earlier,
Yep.
It's crazy.
So many inequalities.
Yep. Yeah, OJ says we have friends in Colorado that lost their mother as at home after a multi-year lung cancer battle. She was never tested for COVID, but when they got the death certificate back, it was marked COVID-19. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
See,
Good
that's
morning,
not
Liz.
right.
No, it's not.
They should have to be
Okay.
tested.
Good morning, Rita.
Thanks, Tom.
I mean, in Pennsylvania, they keep pushing back. They outlined this huge plan, the green light and the yellow light and the red light, and you can't go to the yellow light until you reach this milestone. And it's, I don't know, 5 different things, not just the number of cases have to go down by this percentage, but you have to have this amount of testing ready, and you have to have this number of, it's like an almost impossibility.
Right.
Mhm.
For people to open. And even at the yellow stage, like I have a friend who owns a hair salon, and hair salons and those kind of places aren't even able to open during the yellow stage. So once it gets to yellow stage, it has to go for weeks and weeks and weeks to work toward the green stage. So she might be out of business by the time it's all over.
Jeez.
And she has a family. It's disgusting, actually.
Yeah.
Like they don't even care. They're destroying people's livelihoods, and I think that affects people's health.
Mhm.
Yep. So, Todd, what's the topic today?
Julie asked me if I still have that Rosie O'Donnell stuff. No. It sold a long time ago. Like whenever I first started.
Yeah, you sold that. You sold through that stuff pretty.
Oh yeah.
quickly.
Yep. I don't have anything that long listed. I have probably stuff from maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah. Mr. Sadie says they should have put all their efforts in protecting the old and vulnerable from the start. Would have left less deaths and better economy, and would have cost a fraction of what it did. Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that I say that they should have done, but anyway, Todd, why are you on mute? Oh, excuse me. Toddrick.
Trying to ignore us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Pair of Dollar General baby sandals that sold on Poshmark yesterday.
There you go.
Oh, cool.
From my penny stuff.
I mean, there's no way you can't make a profit off of the penny stuff, right?
This is true.
Yeah, I'm gonna be listing jewelry today.
Jewelry.
So I got jewelry that I got in the Cindy Y box. So I gotta get that listed, and then I gotta get some other stuff listed. So that's what I'm gonna be working on.
You're gonna do some other jewelry too.
Yeah. Chicken fried steak. I'm waiting on my murder hornet stimulus check.
Isn't that crazy though?
Have you heard about that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, well, the virus is winding down. How can we keep everybody terrified and in their homes?
Mhm.
Murder hornets.
I've seen that. I was like, what the heck? Murder hornets.
Releasing the informations releasing informations about the aliens didn't scare the crap out of them. Release the murder hornets.
Yeah. Yeah. Plan B. Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's right, Mrs. Katie.
You know how you were telling me about that, about the information about the aliens and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that
Tom
DeLonge. Yep.
Uh-huh.
He has a website and a company, and it's kind of, it's a little bit skewed. I don't go along with that
Okay.
because he wants to put out, I mean, he wants to like do research and have, because he has like you know, within this company of his and other people's, they have uh um scientists and you know, um all these experts working, you know, working together, you know, to release information into the public. But at the same time, they want to do movies and shows and documentaries and stuff like that about and some fictional, you know, basically like they would have their information that they wanted to share and then they would skew it. They would either make it, they would like dumb it down or make it even more preposterous than it already sounds. But you know, it's to me, I don't know, I just feel like his company doesn't feel like people are ready to hear information about aliens that is just the truth. So they want to release information through movies and books and stuff like that to kind of get people ready for the information. Like right now, they just found a new chemical, a new what do you call it, that they put on the chart. It's a what do you call it?
Like a new chemical element?
Yeah, an
Like
element.
not a table of elements? Oh.
Yeah, it's 115, I think. And basically what it is if you put more force behind it, it becomes anti-gravity, like
Oh.
anti-gravitational. So basically you can make a spaceship with it. It's a metal that with more force
Right.
makes it where it has less gravity.
Okay.
Interesting.
So it's crazy. I mean, if you think about this element, it's crazy. Like, and it's not made from this earth. It came from somewhere else. It came from a different planet.
Huh.
So, Todd, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Sorry.
That's okay. So,
I love you, Sally.
I love you too, Todd.
You're just too easy though sometimes.
I know.
That's what he said.
I'm like, here, make fun of me. Go on. Everybody can do it. Jazz hands. So yeah, it's a crazy element, like if you think of what it does. So, and it's got a weird name too. I can't even think of what it's called. But so they have access to the information on this element and they are working with it and trying to you know
I got myself going now. I can't stop.
I know.
Sorry.
They're trying to experiment with it basically. So that's kind of cool, that part of it. And the part that they sell off shares, you know, like say 100 million shares of the company. So that way the government can't take it away. It belongs to the people.
Oh.
And they're selling off so many of the shares, you know, to where it becomes to where they can't just, you know, get rid of it. The people.
It's not run on it's not run on
Government money.
government money. It's ran by the people basically.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's a
So-
bunch of hoo-ha.
Yeah, well, you'll think differently whenever,
People just want to open a company and sell a bunch of shares and take their money and run to
yeah,
Hawaii.
I don't believe that's what it is, but I think that I don't think they're going about it the right way, but because he's had so many meetings and stuff with and he's been in these places where everything is classified, like Area 51. He's been in places like that to where he can't talk about what he's seeing or what he's hearing.
Yeah, I can't talk about it, but here, buy some shares in this new
Yeah.
company. Yeah. While you're at it, I got this oceanfront property in Arizona.
Yeah. Mr. Sadie thought I was fixing to do the Macarena.
That's Todd.
Yes, chicken fried steak. I believe that too. Like the government won't let it out if it's really good. Like I'm surprised that marijuana is legal in parts right now. Because I mean, marijuana is a very good medicine for a lot of people. Even though, like some people just use it to get high, but it's also a very good medicine for people right now. And I do believe that it can take over what the big pharma has to offer. It can make it to where that what they are offering isn't crap.
Right.
Right.
Happy
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de
Yeah.
Mayo.
Hey. I don't know why we celebrate that here because I don't.
Because tacos.
Yeah,
Yes.
and enchiladas
Enchiladas and
Because
and
flautas
tortas.
and tortas and
Mexico declared its independence over France. I don't know how that changed my life for sure, but anyway, there you go.
rice and beans.
Mhm.
Beans and rice.
I do like eating tamales, but I don't know. That's just
Cinco de Jingo.
I wonder how many hogs in Texas lost their lives yesterday because Cinco de Mayo's today.
Mm.
You know, all those,
That's okay, because the farmers were probably going to shoot them anyways.
all those pork roasts are in vats just steaming away right now, getting ready to make tamales out of them. Yeah.
That's okay, because bacon.
Pork skins just boiling away, making
Oh my God.
coronas.
Chicharrones.
Yes.
Yeah, Liz says, I don't need an excuse for tacos and margaritas. For sure.
Ah.
Yep, and
Oh,
it's
I don't
Taco Tuesday.
Dang.
Hey, how did that happen?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Mr. Sadie says Mary Jane, rope, joint, doobie, the Lord's weed. Hellfire.
That's right.
The
Devil's
devil's lettuce.
lettuce.
I never heard of that one. That was pretty good. That is pretty good.
I think I'm gonna have to celebrate tonight.
Mm.
Celebrate. Come on.
I can't yet tell a difference in Fuzzy. I started using a mixture of coconut oil and CBD oil on him the other day, and it was kind of not really a high, I don't think it was a high dose, but I got kind of euphoric on it. So maybe a little bit of a high dose. I
Okay.
definitely wanted to be enough to where it would have an effect, to where, because it's been known to shrink cancer tumors, and he has a big old cancer tumor on his leg.
Is it cancer?
I'm sure.
I thought you were gonna say you can't tell any difference because he's a Chihuahua and it's Cinco de Mayo.
He's not a Chihuahua.
Oh,
No.
okay.
He's a cabochon or something?
No, he's a Cavachoo.
That's a gem.
He's what they call a Cavachoo. It's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel mixed with a Shih Tzu.
Good morning, Gnome and the Frog.
Morning.
David and Bill. Did you see them on Beth's show yesterday?
I did not. I'm gonna have to go rewatch that.
Sally.
I know. Where was I?
They are great guys. They got their stuff together.
That's awesome.
Really do. They're good resellers. Karen's at the Beach says, question. I had a buyer ask me if I would combine shipping on 2 items. Should I tell her not to pay and then adjust the shipping? Brain is not working this morning. What I would do is I would tell her that she can click on the items, but not to pay, and then you can send her an invoice and you can adjust the shipping on the invoice. So
I like to tell buyers, go ahead and buy it, and then after I'll repack it and weigh it, then I'll send you a refund for the difference.
Some people are weird about that though, because they don't.
Yes, they are.
They don't fully trust. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I haven't had many problems with it. I've done that a whole bunch with these video games.
Yeah, and that's cool if you can do that. I don't know.
I always just say, go ahead and purchase the items, but don't pay for them.
Right.
And I'll send you an invoice, and then you can pay.
Yeah.
Because if you don't tell them that, and sometimes even if you do tell them that, they will still pay, and then you just have to give them a refund or whatever.
Yeah. And I've done it both ways. I've given refunds on PayPal, and I've done it that way.
It's so much easier for me to just give them a refund after I've got it shipped, rather than, I don't know, seems like a lot of hoops to jump through to get it done before they pay.
Mr. Shady says, I charge flat rate. Take it or leave it.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, but I had a video game buyer ask me for a shipping discount, but he had bought like 8 different lots of video games for $250. And I'm like, okay, sure, I'll do that.
Liz says, I do free shipping on my video games. Don't ask for a discount. Yeah, that ain't cool. Don't ask for a discount if I give you free shipping, for sure.
Yeah, I don't do much free shipping.
Allie, I was going to tell you.
What?
Especially if it's over £1.
Do you remember the other day how we were talking about Kuji? We were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Kuji or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
However you pronounce it. Well, I just sold those pants, those jeans.
Oh, no shit.
About. Yeah. And I've had those for at least 2 years. I've had those. I couldn't sell them to save my life, but I sold them. I was like, woohoo! Got some good juju here.
That's the voodoo sale.
I was watching the auction that Lisa has the other day, and they were selling these Kuji like men's t-shirts for like $10 a pop. And I'm thinking the only way I'd pay $10 if I was going to wear it myself.
Right.
So maybe that's what's going on. And I was telling Valerie about it. I'm like, you just got $10 for that shirt. That's crazy. And that's right, Jason. When shipping's free, I'll ship for free.
No doubt.
But yeah, so I was like, what is going on? And Valerie was like, yeah, I have a freaking pair of pants that is Coogee and they've been on forever and they haven't sold, and but she's just sold them. I have a t-shirt that I've had forever and it's kind of a cool t-shirt. It looks like a kind of like military type, and the brand is Australian. So, it's kind of a cool t-shirt. Nope. I've had it for over a year, I'm thinking.
Todd, did your doll sell?
Oh,
No?
no, I knew it wouldn't.
You're not
You
touching
doing-
it enough.
You doing something wrong.
You guys are full of hoo-ha.
Well, that goes without saying. But anyway,
No,
Not touching something enough for sure.
that's a bunch of bull you guys just made up.
I
I've heard that.
don't-
yeah, but you know what?
I've heard
every
that
time
from
I-
sellers for a year and a half. Oh, if I
Every
touch
time-
it, it seems to just
I will tell
sell.
you, Todd. Every
No.
time I talk about good juju, I definitely see your hands waving in the screen,
Well-
trying to catch some.
Yeah.
I'm selective with my what do you call them? Beliefs, or not beliefs. Anyway,
Come on now.
you know.
Oh,
my
that's interesting. Karen. She said, just came back from urgent care and took the antibody test for the big C. Got an email yesterday from urgent care that I could get the test for the antibodies for free and will know in 3 days.
Oh,
Wow.
interesting.
That is interesting.
Texas Val, you're really.
And you have to do it on screen, Todd,
Oh,
where we can watch.
hell to the no.
Mr. Sadie said I sold 9 of an item to a buyer a couple days ago. First class $4 on every one. I thought about refunding some, but I didn't. I am evil and greedy according to some people, but I slept just fine.
Good for you, Mr.
Yeah.
Sadie. Good for you.
Hey, that's all right. You make the price, and if people want it bad enough, they're gonna pay for it. And why shouldn't you keep all that money?
Yeah. And if it was
It's-
that big of a deal, the customer
They would've said
would
something.
let you know.
Yeah,
No.
they would have said
Well, let me
something.
ask Sadie, do people ask you for a shipping discount for combined shipping?
I've had several people do it.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I almost feel obligated to give them something back if they go ahead and ask for it,
I wouldn't think so.
especially if it is going to be a lot less. Like one buyer spent $100 to ship video games, and it only cost $36. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's
but a lot of
refund.
a lot of buyers just assume that you raise the shipping just so that that can add to the price. I think anyways. Some people just assume that the shipping is part of the price of the cost of the item. Because there's some people that still sell their stuff like that, like they're living in 1997 and they're gonna give free shipping but charge another $50 onto their price.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool. Best Madeline lamp sold that she had on her first voodoo video.
So OJ said, I heard a doctor speak that said the antibodies test, 2 different tests, just tells you that you've encountered it in the past. He believes COVID has been spreading since November. It's good if you test positive for the antibodies. We need everybody to test positive for that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm thinking about calling them, my clinic.
Did you? Texas Val says, "Did you rub your lamp, Beth?"
All over her body.
Oh, I don't
funny.
know.
Yeah, I would think that they would want people to test for that, you know, so that they can see who's had it, who hasn't, you know, and put that in their record, you know, kind of keep track of that.
Yeah.
So if I did test for the antibodies test and then, you know, next month I tested or, you know, had even symptoms for corona, you know, they could say, well, she already had the antibodies for it once. So is this a different strain or is this the same strain?
I don't know.
$5 plus 100 shipping. Yep, it is still allowed because eBay will take fees on both.
Right, eBay will charge for the shipping.
Yeah, and you get a final value fee for the shipping. Yep.
I was expecting my chair today and that doesn't look like it's coming either.
Aww.
My shipping is just all messed up around me.
I don't know if I have anything coming in today or not. I know John's package. I don't know if it'll make it today. Everything's probably coming like probably starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is good because I need to get some of this stuff. I need to work on some of this stuff that I already have here and get some of that moved. I got big plans for today. I got to mow. That's for sure.
You got a mow today?
I got to mow today. I've been. I try to set like a certain day of the week to mow, and then sure as nothing, it'll rain on that day. And then like the next day, I have plans to, you know, work inside the house and everything. And usually that's like the sunniest day. I don't know. I'm so messed up right now.
Oh yeah, Maggie got her grandbaby last night. Yeah, Karen.
She got a baby.
Yep. How often do you mow?
I try to mow once a week. This gal next to me, my neighbor, that she must mow like every 3 days.
Oh my God. That's annoying.
She was out there last night. I mean, it was rain. It had rained, and then it was kind of like misty, and it was cold, and she was out there mowing her, you know, pushing the lawnmower around. I'm like, man, you are really trying to show me up, aren't you? But the wind's blowing pretty good. There's a nice breeze coming through, so I might be able to. I'm not going to do it this morning. I'll wait until everything kind of dries out. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and mow. Get some mowing done. But that means I gotta.
Tom
get
says,
down
let
to-
me in.
Oh,
Oh, he
Thanks.
decided to come in the last 5 minutes of the show
Yeah,
instead of
good-
leaving
Good
at that
job.
time.
Good job, Tom.
let me in. Thanks, everybody in the chat.
You're late.
Look what the cat drug in.
Yeah. I got a question for the Todrick.
I've got
Oh,
an
That's the only
answer.
reason Thanks, Tom. Is that the only reason why you came in? And he doesn't answer.
He didn't deny it.
he looks like he's looks spooky. He looks spooky, Tom.
Yeah, he's
Good.
got a little flashlight under his face right here.
Yeah.
It's dark.
It's time for a scary story.
It looks like it's going to rain and we don't have any lights out in the sunroom. Todd,
Yes.
do you know anything about Lyceum watches? Lyceum? Lyceum?
I think there's a spray you can put on them to get rid of that.
It's a brand, dude.
Oh. I was making a joke, but nobody
Okay.
laughed,
That was
I
good,
think.
Todd. That was good.
Oh.
Hang
Oh.
on.
Oh.
I'm just gonna go eBay it. Lyce, Lyce.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You would think that Tom would have been able to do that, but
Yeah.
Well, I did.
Well, there's one for sale for 175.
Okay, this one, the
There's
winding
one for
stems
sale
off of it.
for 72.
I don't know whether it works.
You don't know whether it works. Why
No.
don't you know it works?
Because the winding stems off of it.
Oh, well,
yeah, take
And
it to a
it-
jeweler.
It's not a self winder.
well, you're gonna
It's
have
old.
to take it to a watch repair person, get them to put a new stem and crown on it, obviously. That's gonna cost you a lot of money, but I don't know. Yeah, it looks like a good Swiss watch. Is it stamped gold?
I can't tell.
Did
I
you
just
open
pulled
the
it-
back and look inside the back cover to see if it's got gold stamped on the inside? Tom, I asked
I'm
you a
listening.
question.
I'm listening. I'm trying to see if I can pull the back off of it.
Oh, okay.
You can't do two. You can't talk and work at the same time.
Okay, Mama, you just back off.
Tom should have done all this before asking me a question.
Yeah,
about
he
it.
don't-
should have.
I know nothing about watches.
You know how to take the back off.
Chicken
No.
fried steak does decent watches, it seems. Try, what does he say? Rectangular face. They
Yeah,
have a rectangular face.
yeah. I got to figure out how to take the back off of it.
While we're talking about watches, Todd, is Geneva a good watch?
No. What? I think I would rather have a no-name watch than a Geneva. I've probably got 15 Geneva watches in my store that I've had for 3 years. I need to just throw them away.
Hey, Thrift Daddy. Thanks for coming in. You said, Tom, use a steak knife. You need a thin blade.
Oh, I'm using it. I got it.
Tom is always a little salty in the morning.
It looks like they have tried to check for gold because the inside of the back cover is
Uh-huh.
all. Can you see?
No,
Sketchy? No?
It's like they've rubbed it.
Okay.
Maybe it's a voodoo item.
Yeah.
when a watch repair person works on a watch that's vintage like that, they will put the date and their mark on the inside usually.
Oh.
That may be what you're seeing.
Well, there is a little stamp in there, but I can't tell what it is.
Well, get out your loop and look at it. Doo-doo-doo.
I don't know where it's at. I think it's in.
Oh my gosh.
And he does at 11 o'clock, for God's sake.
See,
Okay.
this is I feel like Socrates right now. You're supposed to ask the teacher questions that you've already done a little of the research on.
Well, I looked at the prices on them and they're all over the place. Some of them, I mean, you know, fairly decent price.
Tom's almost as easy as Sally to give a hard time to.
I know.
Almost.
Likes it.
Well, I will find my loop and I will look at that and see what it says.
Rude. I'm not being rude.
Oh,
Tom knows
yeah.
better.
Thrift Daddy says fixing a watch is going to be $100 plus.
You might just sell it for parts.
That's what I'm thinking about doing.
You could. You definitely could.
Find out if it's got a gold stamp on it first.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Well, thank you very much, Todd and Sally. And,
Hey, I
and
let you in.
Valerie for letting me in. Maggie for the hard time. Maggie, have you heard from your son today?
Yeah, I was just talking to him a little while ago. Everything's doing
Everything's-
good.
Okay.
Yeah,
looks-
apparently
He looks so
they
tiny.
reached the point. What's that?
He looks so tiny.
Yeah, apparently they reached the point last night where they were worried about his heart rate. I don't know whether it was slowing or I don't know, but they felt like that's why they just decided to go do the C-section.
Right.
But yeah,
Is he still in NICU or is he?
he is in NICU, so they haven't even been able to hold him yet.
Oh, that's tough. Well, who was holding him in the blanket? Was that the doctor?
That was the nurse was holding him. My son took the picture from, yeah.
Because she's got big hands. Well, I'm glad everything's going good. Mama doing okay too?
She is, yeah. They're expecting her to come home tomorrow or Thursday.
All right,
then
thank
they-
you. It's a past her appointed time and she's got to go cut the grass. Thank you, Todd. Send me the bill.
Yeah, no, that's a desirable watch if you can find a stem and crown to go with it.
When you talk about the crown, are you talking about the little piece on the end of the stem or are you talking about the glass piece?
The crown is the part that you hold while you wind it.
Okay.
Mr. Sadie,
That's what she said.
What is the top? What is the glass piece called?
That's the
Crystal.
crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal. Gotcha.
And the back of a watch is called the back.
Huh.
Or
And
isn't
the
that
body-
the bezel?
Body of watch is called the case.
No, the bezel is a piece that twists around the outside of it.
Yeah. And the
If
band
you-
of a watch is called the band.
the band.
Okay. I think we're in smart ass mode now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
Bumcrack Picker says cliffhanger ending. Tune in tomorrow to see if Tom's watch is gold.
Well, it's a kind of a rosy colored gold too, so I don't know whether that's
Maybe it's rose gold.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Should I clean it?
which
Should I
is
clean
still
the band?
gold.
Yeah. Well, and it's got like a silver. I guess it's just stainless back on it, on the back of the watch.
Chicken Fried Steak said them strappy things are a band.
All right, I got to get out of
You're
here.
educated now.
The stemmy
Thank you.
thing is a stem.
And Roxy
All
thinks
right.
I'm talking to her, so she came back around here to bother me.
There you go.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Ah,
Well, it is time. That time of the day. Time to get to work. Get some stuff sold.
well, yeah.
I hope everybody has a great day. We'll see y'all later tomorrow. It's lots of sales and adios.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.